Yeah, welcome to the Drupal usability meeting on September 19th. We have here Joanna Jackson and Joanna Feaster and Simo Helston and myself, Ralph Koller. And yeah, I give it over to Simo while I'm downloading and preparing a site to look at afterwards.
So for the record, issue number is 28043887. Inform users that the maintenance mode message is not displayed on cached pages. So Drupal sites have a possibility to set a status that site is on maintenance mode. And that means that the site cannot be accessed, but this does not extend to the pages that are fetched already, that are already cached and fetched from the cache. So it is proposed that there will be a notice added to the maintenance mode setting form that if the page cache module is enabled, it will tell that in order to hide also the cached pages from users, it's required to clear caches. So this one is a rather old issue from 2016.
I just checked 1 year ago, we did the usability review in comment number 67.
Yes, so we have made a recommendation.
So does that mean maybe there's nothing left to be done on this ticket for the time being?
No, there was movement after that, and
Oh.
if you scroll down in recent weeks, around comment number 90 and 92, the Poker commented
Yep.
on. He is one of the commentators, and he brought up a few concerns and suggestions and wanted feedback in regard for their new ideas. So 1 second, image is building, download is done. Yeah, that issue was mainly about microcopy, it looks like. Okay, now it's done. DDEV share and then git checkout. Go back to 11. X. DDEV -cr. And as usual, the super secure username and password admin. Oh, I disable skip to for a second. DDEV. Oh, too many people accessing the page at the same time.
I'll get out of there real quick. There we go. Maybe that'll help.
We have to wait 1 minute until it's cooled down. I haven't run into that yet. Okay. It's, okay. Could you retry to load the page? Maybe it's working again, Simo? Yeah. Oh, I've put it in maintenance mode. One second. Switch it back. Okay. Now to log in. Or let me share. Then I use simply my local. Install. Share.
Okay.
So, oops, the page in question is under development and maintenance mode. And we are looking at the current state of core. So as you can see here, use maintenance mode when making major updates, particularly if the updates could disrupt visitors or the update process. Examples include upgrading, blah, 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 blah. Users will only see the maintenance mode message. Only users with the site maintenance mode permission will be able to access the site. Authorized users can log in directly via the user login page. Now, if we go on here, activate it, save, then you just get the configurations options have been saved and nothing else changed. That is the status quo. So let's go back and I'll quickly switch over. Checkout. Rush CR. Oh. Is it maybe because it's chin? And Rush PNU chin tour.
So a concrete use case for when why this needs to be fixed is that the user who doesn't know how Drupal actually works with maintenance mode and caches, if that kind of if a person needs to maybe shut a down site temporarily, let's say to remove some information that shouldn't be public, but that was accidentally published, or some kind of that kind of a maybe information security related issue or something, and they would just quickly decide to put the site on maintenance mode, waiting to fix the issue. But then they wouldn't know that the sites are the cached pages are still public on the internet, so they would be have the false assumption the site is not accessible.
I see. So it's more like the user is still the developer here more than a content administrator for this.
Yeah, so we have so we have usually we have this I think we have a certain a set of user roles that are defined for Drupal. So we have I think we have content editors, and then we have administrators, and then we have site builders, and the site builders manage the site through the admin interface. So this would affect also site builders.
Okay.
One second. I've struggled to see any change right now, but rereading comment number 92 by Poker. He says, consider all this. I propose to return back to the original proposal. Do not change submit messages and just add a simple and easy to read description to the message text area. And do this only if page cache module is enabled. Something like this message will not show on already cached pages without clearing the page cache. I propose a bit different wording for the last part so that we do not need to deal with the possible different permissions of the user. See comment number 90.2. Another option discussed on Slack was to put all information in the form depending on the current state. Okay, as you have seen probably, I went to the development settings and turned caching back on again and turned off the development mode, as well as went into performance and switched on the bandwidth optimization again, just to trigger basically some effect. But one second. I keep that page that way, and I'll switch back to the branch 11.x. Oops, git checker .x, yeah, brush CR, and I'll quickly open another window. Oops. Just to compare both in regards of the wording. Use maintenance mode when making major update.
Yeah, that looks like to be the same.
Is it maybe the wrong 1950? No, it's the correct branch. Oh, that is odd. Does anyone see anything I might have missed?
No, I mean, it looks the exact same. on both your screens.
Did you check out the issue branch or just the repository?
I've did a remote add and then a fetch, and after that I checked out the branch. So I just basically went through the steps here, did an add and fetch, copied that one, and then I've checked out that one. So it's applied. Maybe we'll ask Poker, who raised the issue on the UX Slack, and ask for clarification, because at the moment it's a bit difficult to give any recommendations or suggestions from my point of view.
Agreed.
And we can revisit it next week or so, but at the moment I think we should maybe try to look at another issue.
Yeah.
Odd. Yeah.
One check also that you are using the original American English and not British English version. I'm wondering if there is translation. But it's no, it shouldn't be translated because it's a new.
I'm usually use the default English, so
yeah, so that should be fine.
So honestly speaking, I have no idea right now.
Yeah, it should be different. There should be a change. In the string.
And 1 second, looking at the plain diff. 1 second, one last try. I switch back to the branch. Check out the .cr, and I'll search for that string on the page. Maybe it's somewhere, I don't know. And I also do a hard reload. Maintenance mode.
Oh yeah, that one is
under
the
down there.
Yeah, so this is actually contrary to the recommendation we did already a year ago, I think.
Yeah. Okay, now we're at... Okay. Now we figured it out.
So the merge request hasn't been updated.
And the issue summary needs an update as well, because at the moment it shows the change with the updated status message and not moving it down here. And from a screen reader perspective, I'm also worried if it is that apparent and could be catched.
You're saying you're worried that it's not like easy enough to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to getting announced.
Yeah.
Right. Because we all missed it, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty telling. And the contrast is probably fine, but it's still probably on the lower side.
It's maybe that the font small, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty small.
Yeah.
1 second. Just a rough test, not a proper one. Yeah, contrast is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the font size is tiny.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
another
'cause
problem.
yeah, you generally have to have the, I mean, that's a pretty high contrast still, but yeah, the font's just so small.
Is there a way that they can move it up to next to the bold messaging at the top of the field where it says message to display when in maintenance mode, and then put it right next to that so you read it all in context before you put the message in?
Yeah, even if you put it in italics next to it and put in bold or something of like this message, like message to display, this message will not show on already cached.
Is that what you all recommended already?
No, the recommendation back then, we tried to basically improve the status message.
Yeah.
That was basically the trajectory we took. 1 second, scrolling down. The suggestions was basically the site is now in maintenance mode. Cache pages will not show the maintenance mode message. To clear cache with it, the performance page. And the site is now in maintenance mode. The maintenance mode message will not show on already cached pages. To clear the cache, visit the performance page. So those were the two suggestions we had.
Mhm.
And all three then. And in case it is not possible to combine all three sentences in a single status message, the recommendation would be as follows: change the configuration options have been saved in the status in the system module to the site is now in maintenance mode, and change the status message introduced with the merge request from to display the maintenance mode blah 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 to either cache page
Yeah.
will not show and so forth. Strictly speaking, from the points Poker raised, I guess together with Catch, yeah, Catch discussed it with him, and those concerns in regard of permissions and who is seeing that message. The message itself might work, but yeah, the positioning and the prominence and the visibility is definitely a problem
Mhm.
from my perspective. Not sure.
Yeah, it's because it seems like it's more of an afterthought, and that's pretty important.
Yeah.
So it seems like the hierarchy it needs to be moved up for more of a prominent position.
And the status message also not changed.
Yeah.
It's still down at the bottom as
Mhm.
an afterthought.
Yeah, because you could reinforce it in that status message as well.
Yeah, that's what they had earlier in their recommendation. It would be there, but it also seems like it should be even before you put what you want your message to display, just so you know where it's going to display.
Yeah,
So,
like a warning and then a confirmation.
yeah, for sure.
Mm.
So then from here, once we've kind of thought, okay, maybe this isn't prominent enough, are we able to go in and try to make that change, or do we have to communicate that in the chat and let other people kind of weigh in?
The approach we take usually is basically we discuss it if we have a big enough group, and if we get to a consensus for a alternative approach, like let's say, let's move that message down here up there, like you said, for example. And if everyone agrees and we have a strong consensus, then we basically, as we do anyway, we post a comment on that issue after the meeting. We have also as you can see here, let's move it up again. Where is it? Basically a template we start every comment on. It's basically we discuss this issue we link to the issue of today's meeting. That issue will have a link to a recording of that meeting for the record. Attendees at the usability meeting were, and yeah, and also the point, a good thing would be if you could comment, if you have a account on Drupal.org, to comment on the issue for today's meeting. 1 second, I can. The link is in the chat still. For the credit, because usually you get a credit for every usability meeting.
Okay.
Only problem is neither Simo nor I have the permission to grant credits. It was always Benji, and
Okay.
so it might take a while until credits get in, but you qualify usually for, not usually, but you qualify for a credit for every attended user meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically the template we go by on top of every usability comment, as well as that H3 usability review. And then after that, we summarize the discussion during the meeting.
Okay.
That's the approach. And basically, yeah, also then link, if you can see here, cross-link everything. As you can see here, on the issue, we then link the issue we've discussed in today's meeting. We comment, then also provide a link, left a comment on, and we also have a remaining task for every usability meeting, meaning add issue credits for the participants, add the issue we discussed to the issue summary as related issues, add a rough transcript and a link to the recording on YouTube, and comment on the issue we discussed. And that's another problem aside the credits. Benji has also only the access to YouTube as well as Zoom to download the videos as well as the transcript. So that process might be a bit bumpy in the next few weeks.
Okay.
So yeah, but now let's return to the problem in question. How to make that message more visible. I think the idea appending it to the bolded label for the text field in regards of visibility might be an option, but still from a label perspective, labels should be short, and having basically a description squeezed to the label as well is suboptimal from my perspective. So, but the good thing, another option would have been to move it up to the help text, but there it would be not in close proximity to basically the field that information is about. So also not really an option.
I think it fits well to that the description of the checkbox. Visitors will only see the maintenance mode message. So that's like a relevant place for the more detailed information that except on cached pages. But that text also is not very well visible. And I'm wondering if that should be so, because that's not actually, it's describing what is maintenance mode, and it's not describing what is putting the site into maintenance mode. So that's kind of that. The other description could be part of the general text.
So you're saying that the text there where it says visitors will only see the maintenance mode, move that up to the larger text above, since it's kind of talking about what this is doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be good.
So you mean move that bit to the help text and move that bit and replace that, basically move that under the checkbox?
I think that could work because it seems like the part where it's the visitors will only see the maintenance mode message seems more like part of the actual process itself, while it not showing on already cast pages is more of like a warning or an implication of putting the site into maintenance mode.
And also, another idea is if the checkbox could be below the message box,
Mm,
because it's kind of a, if you think about the process as you first you think about the message and then you apply it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if it's mostly used just checking the box or unchecking it, even then it would not be more complicated, I think, because then the checkbox would be next to the save configuration button, so it would
Yeah,
be just
yeah, that's a good point.
Mhm.
mhm.
then we could describe the message in the kind of the main introduction.
Yeah, I think that definitely follows like more common patterns that people may be used to.
Mhm. Makes a nice flow.
Mm-hmm.
Second, let me try something. Uh, that way?
Yeah, and then the text.
That takes a little longer. And that text should move up here.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Mhm.
1
Yeah.
second. Uh, let's play Frankenstein. Am I able? Okay, there's the help. Okay, it's a bit butchered, but anyway. Where's it? It's closed again. Anyway, and move that. Down here. Yeah, I'll chop it up after the meeting. But that
Yeah.
would be basically the suggestion, have moving that general information about the maintenance mode up to the help text,
Mhm.
move the message to display before the checkbox, and then move the description previously underneath the text field as the description for the checkbox now. And one suggestion I would make is also not to write the message, but to write the maintenance mode message will not show on already
Yeah.
cached pages,
Mhm.
to make it specific to the maintenance mode.
Yeah, I
That's good.
agree. I mean, and even if we wanted to be more clear in that, since we made the text at the top taller above the box, we could even do, like how to or when to use maintenance mode, colon, and then I'm trying to think of, like when to use it, and then I'm trying to think because there are examples, and then it's kind of like that warning. I don't know if that makes sense, but just to break that text up a little bit so it's easier to scan.
Okay, 1 second. I'll copy that in a check text. So current strings are that one, and the other is another detail that might be the case with that suggestion is, if we scroll up, inform users that the maintenance mode message is not displayed on cache pages. What we are moving to right now is basically probably out of scope
Mm,
and might be a follow-up. That could happen, let's put it that way,
right.
but just as a heads up that it could be the case.
Okay.
Not from my end, but committers could complain here. So,
Well,
okay.
yeah, I mean, whatever we can do that, I think ultimately you know better than us on things like that of what we can do that is going to get this approved the fastest, because we don't want to make it take longer to get approval for the helpful changes we are making. So if we need to omit some changes to get a faster approval, I think that's okay.
Well, what Benji always says, we shouldn't worry about technicalities. We should
Mhm.
basically try to come up with the best solution.
Mm,
It could just be the case that that recommendation couldn't be implemented in one go, but
Mhm.
might be split up in several steps. That's the only caveat. But
Okay.
in general, don't hold back if you have
okay.
ideas and just ideate.
Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you.
So those are the two strings in question. I've just added the maintenance mode bit to that edit string, and the other one is visitors will only see the maintenance mode message. Only users with the site in maintenance mode permission will be able to access the site. Authorized users can log in directly via the user login page. Though that's the status quo. And what was the detail you wanted to add there as well?
Oh, I was trying to figure out the proper like label to have in front of that because it's like this would be, it's saying when to use maintenance mode and then that's when to use it. And then that visitors part that we're bringing up, if there was a way to kind of put a label or a little more context in front of it, like it's not really a warning, but so I was still trying to think of the language.
Yeah.
there.
And also, we have to think about how to phrase it that it is consistent with the first part of that help text. It
Mhm.
should be combined too, because at the moment it would be use maintenance mode when making major updates, particularly if the updates could disrupt visitors or the update process. Examples include upgrading, import, or export, content modifying content types and makeups. Visitor with only this will only see the maintenance mode message. So it's sort of a hard cut. It might go with a label probably better,
Mhm.
but still,
Yeah, because it's a larger wall of text and it
yeah.
does it switches topics kind of, one is kind of instructions in a use case and the other is um like, please be advised or
Yeah.
warning or something like that.
And
Maybe it
then
I'm
is just
almost,
warning.
yeah, I'm almost wondering if we break it into three, like put it back to where it was. So like you have your thing at the top, this copy up here at the top that ends with
Mhm.
backups. Then you hit another return after visitors will only see the maintenance mode message, hit a return there, just so it
Mhm.
stands out. And then your next paragraph would only users with the rest of it would be its own thing as well. So it's kind of breaking it up.
That way.
Yeah. Is that strange for everyone?
Yeah,
It's
I think it's good, but I'm thinking if we should put that information about the caches after the sentence, visitors will only see the maintenance mode message, because it kind of provides the special case where the visitors won't see the maintenance mode message.
That way.
Yeah, and in the same paragraph, then combine that next one. The maintenance mode message will not show.
Oh, you mean that way?
Yeah, and then we wouldn't need to repeat the maintenance mode because it would be talking about the same message.
That way?
Yeah, I think so.
Makes it shorter for sure.
Mhm.
The only concern I have. So you mean basically all those three in air quotes paragraphs should be within the help text?
Yeah,
So would be only the text field and so you have basically those paragraphs in the help text. Then you get the text field label with message to display when in maintenance mode and the text field, and underneath that just the checkbox with a label without any description.
yeah, I think that could work.
I think it would work. I think, we could have something in smaller text just to reinforce what we're saying above. Because they'll probably read the instructions, then write the message, and just a small, short, helpful reminder under that. Even though it's a little redundant because it's more of a warning, it may not hurt to have, you know, something again about the cache there.
So you mean 1 second. The maintenance message, mode message will not show on already cached pages without clearing the page cache. That again as a description.
Yeah, just smaller and less
Yeah.
prominent than at the beginning, but
Yeah, basically in the same styling you have
Mhm.
underneath, yeah, the check. Okay. Oh, we are already up to the hour.
and I know I do have to run to another meeting, but
I do as well.
Yeah, I'll summarize our discussion here. And if you could send me your Drupal.org usernames, then I'll add those to the comment.
okay.
And
Wonderful.
we'll see what the reaction is. I tell them that we haven't. I'm still not sure if maybe it needs, as you've said, who was it? Joanna or Jenna, one of you, who said maybe add some sort of label or filler in here also.
Mhm.
I say that it's not fully fleshed out, the microcopy, and my only concern I have is that an already long help text gets even longer, and
Yeah.
users tend to not to read everything. So
Yeah.
that would be my only worry. But yeah, the moving the checkbox underneath and move the text field up is definitely a good idea.
For sure.
So yeah, I'll summarize things and yeah, send me the usernames and then I'll comment over.
Awesome.
Sounds
Thanks so
great. Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
And have a
Yes.
nice weekend, and we'll see hopefully next week again.
Okay,
See you
thank you
then.
so much.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye.